Right, with VAR, Video Assistant Referee, and goal line technology being quite prevalent in the news of late, I thought I'd talk about getting it over the line. Don't worry, it's nothing to do with football whatsoever, it's getting it over the BNI line. I'll explain what I mean now. This would be better if I had a whiteboard. I don't have a whiteboard, so you're going to have to use your imagination. Imagine I'm the whiteboard, right here. This is me, yeah? And there's a line right down the middle. But when I move, the line's still there, okay? So I'm a sort of a moving whiteboard. Okay, so there's a line right down the middle. On this side is written, it's easier to quit. And on this side is written, it's easier to stay. Now, when you first join a networking group like BNI, or even if you've been here for a while, it's very easy to quit. This morning, you get up, it's ridiculously early, it's very dark. You may have to defrost your car. You could think, why am I bothering? I'm just going to go back to bed. You've not invested that much in BNI. I realize it is obviously a financial investment, but it's not a huge sum of money for a business. You've not necessarily made any relationships. You've not had any business through it yet. Let's just call it a day. Go home. That's what happens when you're this side of the line. It's very easy to give up. We need to make sure we get people over this side of the line, where it's easier for them to stay than give up. So, kind of things that you can do to make sure that members get over this side of the line where it's easier to stay. For a start, you can proclaim. Now, I love a bit of proclamation myself. What I mean by that is you can tell people on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, that you've joined BNI. You've joined a networking group. You could tell people on Snapchat, Cliff, I know you're a big Snapchat user, or on Vimeo, or maybe on MySpace, if anybody is that old. You can tell friends and family. You can tell customers and clients that you've joined BNI. Once you've done something like that, it's harder then to go, ooh, I'm going to walk away from it actually. You could even bring customers or clients as visitors. Once you've done that, it's very difficult then to just walk away, so it's easier to stay. Now, of course, that's just proclamation. That's just telling people. That's coming out and saying I'm in BNI, which makes it difficult to walk away. The important thing, the reason we're all here, of course, is money. Now, I'm going to pick on Damien because I had a one-to-one with Damien recently. I remember last week I picked on Damien because we'd had a one-to-one, and I said if anybody else wants a one-to-one with me over the week, you can be picked on in a future Ed slot. Surprisingly, nobody wanted a one-to-one. So I'm picking on Damien again. Damien's a relatively new member. I've had a referral from Damien already. Out of interest, can you raise your hand if you've had a referral from Damien yet? That's quite a few. Okay. How many people have given Damien a referral? No one. So, Damien's given out quite a few referrals. I guess that means he's a good member. We'd quite like him to stay. Yeah? Damien's only going to be staying if he's getting business back. So that means we need to find referrals for Damien. So rather than just thinking, right, it's BNI tomorrow, I've got to turn up, or I've got to think what to say for my 60 seconds, you need to be thinking, what can I do for other people in the room? What can I do to get them business? Because if you help Damien get business, he's already shown that he can help you get business. And that would make it more difficult for Damien to leave. That makes it easier for Damien to stay. Now, the next thing would be events. I don't mean training, that's slightly different. Events, as in socials. Now, I've done Ed slots on these before. Why events are important? Because it helps you build relationships, it helps you build friendships, it helps you get to know the people that you're networking with. And if you've built these relationships and you're more invested in the people that you're with, you stay over this side of the line, so it's easier for you to stay, it's more difficult for you to leave. Training is another point. If you go to training, you learn more things about how to make BNI work for you. You make new relationships with people outside the chapter. I believe Dave Bundy has said many times, when he goes to training, he usually picks up a referral. So that in turn helps you get more business. It's more difficult for me because there's web designers under every rock, and there's usually 5 or 6 at a training event. But training is very important and helps you stay this side of the line, because you will feel this pull over here. You will feel the pull to think, why am I bothering? Why am I doing this? What's it all about? And you need to make sure Every other member in the group has given everything they can to stay this side of the line so that it is easier for them to stay than it is for them to leave. Okay, that's what you've got to do. It's quite simple. It's up to you now to go and do it. Thank you.